Hello, everyone. Today I want to talk about the 6 benefits of doing YouTube as a hobby as opposed to a career. The reason I've been thinking about this is because I finally decided that I need to do YouTube as a hobby. If I'm going to do it, it needs to be a hobby because, and this is benefit number one, there was no stress or pressure. When you attempt to do YouTube as a career, if you want to make a full-time income from it, there are a lot of hoops you need to jump through for both the YouTube algorithm and the audience. You're expected to look your best, whatever your best means. You can't have a bad hair day. Women must wear makeup. Your teeth better be good, and you better not be over 50 years old and have wrinkles, or if you do, you better know how to do your makeup exactly right so that a 30-year-old watching won't be able to tell that you're wrinkled, because we all know the people with wrinkles we don't know anything, we have no wisdom to share, we are irrelevant. Oh, am I going off? Sorry. See, if I'm doing YouTube as a hobby, I don't have the pressure not to offend people, because I don't want to say I don't care about my audience, but I'm doing this because I want to teach what I know. I want to share my wisdom. As a person over 50 with a high IQ, I have a lot. I have a lot. I can help people. Yeah, but trying to make a living from it, trying to get monetized and please an audience, you have to be diplomatic. You have to be careful how you phrase things. Some things you better not talk about. Yeah. Yeah. Pressure, pressure, stress, stress. Okay? And even the YouTube algorithm expects a certain level of quality for audio and visual. That somehow the software that looks at videos and figuring out which ones to recommend, it can see the lighting and it can hear the audio. It can tell if you're using an actual microphone or just like the microphone in a phone, your smartphone, whatever. And see, because I'm doing this as a hobby, I can just look down at my notes and not pretend, not do a whole bunch of editing and pretend like I actually have it all memorized or that I'm just talking off the cuff. I don't have to pretend like that. See, another thing about stress and pressures, if you're doing YouTube full time, there's a lot of pressure not to be yourself. You have to present a perfect image of what you think your audience wants. And that's usually actually not yourself. I'm going to leave that there. And of course, editing, right? You have to get editing perfect. You can't, Lord forbid anyone see you looking down at your notes. Then that's not good quality. It's not like YouTube isn't not like it used to be. I should say the audience for YouTube is not like it used to be. Most people expect now a lot higher quality than when YouTube first began, than when I first started my original channel back in 2011. Yeah, they expect like television and movie quality now, and they expect you to be a good actor. I'll leave that there too. More stress and pressure has to do with consistently uploading. Um, you're supposed to, upload, you start uploading 2 times a week or once a week or twice a month. You need to stick to that. You can't skip a couple of months because of a family emergency or because you just don't feel like it or you get busy on your job or with school, whatever. If you're trying to do YouTube full time as a career, there's always a constant pressure to be consistent. There's always a pressure to get your audience to engage, because the YouTube algorithm prefers videos that have a lot of either thumbs up or a thumbs down, doesn't matter, and a lot of comments. And of course, the subscription numbers count. All that is engagement. YouTube looks at that when they're recommending videos to viewers. And if you're doing YouTube just as a hobby, then you don't have to worry about that. You're just doing it because you hope someday what you say will help somebody. Or maybe you're just using it as creative expression or to vent. I'm going to be using this channel all 3 ways. Ha. Okay, so that's the first benefit of doing YouTube as a hobby. Really no stress, no pressure. You just do it whenever you want, and there's no care about the algorithm, there's no care about the numbers. And the audience, yeah, you decide what your ideal audience is and you talk to them. maybe even just per each video. And then you don't worry about looking perfect or being perfect. Benefit number 2 of doing YouTube as a hobby is you can upload multiple different types of videos and talk about multiple different topics. If you want to do YouTube full time, if you want it as a career, it has to be a one thing. It's like narrow mind, narrow focus. If you're doing a lifestyle vlog, then it's all a lifestyle vlog. You don't turn around and do talking head videos every fourth video. All of a sudden you're doing a lifestyle vlog about, your life at college, and then all of a sudden you're doing how to on vegan cooking or something. No. The YouTube algorithm does not like that. They also don't like channels that are using multiple formats. They're not using multiple formats. But when you're doing it as a hobby, it doesn't matter. You can do one kind of video one week and another totally different kind of video another week. You're just doing it for fun. It's a hobby. Maybe you're helping yourself grow as a person, improving your public speaking skills, whatever. But you can do whatever you want because you don't care. You don't have the stress and pressure about the numbers, the analytics. So it's fine. Third benefit. Back to this is related to the consistency, but you can upload whenever. You can upload however frequently or however infrequently. You can upload once a year if you want. You'll end up with 3 subscribers over the next 7 years and maybe 50 views. But who cares? You're just uploading these videos for fun. Benefit number 4. This goes back to engagement and the stress involved around engagement. If you're doing YouTube as a hobby, you can turn off comments and it's fine. You don't have to worry about trolls. You don't have to worry about people arguing with you. Nothing. Okay? Now, the exception is if you tell all your family and friends about your channel and they watch your videos, then they might call you up and argue. I'll talk about that in another video, I think. But anyway, so guess what I've done on this channel now? Yep, from now on, I've turned off comments. Because comments mostly are unhelpful. There are mainly 2 types of comments. They are the ugly comments, whether it's trolls or people who just don't agree with you and they're going to tell you in an uncivilized way because you're not face to face and you don't know who they are and they like to pretend you're a robot with no feelings. So they're either ugly comments or they are, I'll say fangirl, but I know there's fanboys too. But they're patting your back. They're inflating your ego. I don't need my ego inflated. It's inflated enough. We're trying to get it down. And I'm a highly sensitive person. I do not do well with negative comments at all. One negative comment will ruin my life for a month. I'm not kidding. So I'm turning off comments. That is another benefit of doing YouTube as a hobby. Benefit number 5, I've already touched on this, but it's kind of its own thing. So I put it in a separate category. You don't care about the analytics. Again, that goes back to the stress and pressure. But you don't care about numbers. If you only ever get 1 subscriber on your channel and 10 views a week or even 10 views a month, well, you're good with that. You're just doing this for fun. You're doing it for creative expression. You're doing it, maybe you've learned something and you're really excited about it and your spouse just doesn't want to hear about it or they already heard about it, but you're not done talking about it. If you're like me, Analytics don't matter. So yeah, do what you want. I mean, be nice, be kind, don't be immoral, don't be gross. But when you're doing YouTube as a hobby and you're not caring about analytics, that, my friends, is freedom. Benefit number 6 of doing YouTube as a hobby, and I have heard this from people who have waffled about doing YouTube. They've at some point, they've reached to where YouTube was their career. That was where they were getting all their income. And then all of a sudden, the income tanked for whatever reason. Okay, if you're doing YouTube as a hobby, even if eventually you get to the point you can be monetized, if you're doing it as a hobby and you have income from another source, you're just never counting on YouTube to pay your bills. Again, that goes back to the stress, but you don't have any income worries. Like there are people who do. I'm not talking about. I don't want to throw out. Well, let's just throw out a name that everybody knows. Okay, Mr. Beast. You can even throw PewDiePie in there. Okay, the really huge ones with multiple millions of subscribers. Take them out of the picture. I'm talking about moderately successful YouTubers who have like between, say, 100,000 and 2 to 3 million subscribers. They have encountered, no matter, and even the ones in the millions, okay, they encounter times when their monthly check is not nearly what they expected, and it can cause worry and stress and a problem. Yes, if the YouTube channels teaching you how to become full-time YouTubers are doing it right, they're telling you that yes, this is like, this is your own business and your income is always going to fluctuate. Whenever you're self-employed, it's always going to fluctuate. You have to save up during the fat times to make up for the lean times, all right? That's the thing that you should know going into trying to do anything, any kind of self-employment or building your own business. However, there have been a lot of YouTubers who got a slap. They had to go out and get a job because all of a sudden, for some reason, whether it's the economy or what the advertisers were willing to pay or whatever, or hello, all the competition to make money from YouTube, they had to go back and get a job. They were full-time YouTube and so had to either walk away from it or do it as a hobby. Anyway, so all that to say, I am downgrading my channel. I'm not the least bit close to being monetized on this channel. I was hoping I would I was hoping I would someday. However, I've decided what I really want to do with my life as far as income generation is focus on writing romance novels, sweet, clean romance, because that's just it's what really brings me fulfillment. Yeah, so YouTube, this channel, I'm going to start talking about whatever is on my mind, whatever I strongly believe is good for just the general population to know or hear. I am probably not going to be putting bee footage in my video because that costs a lot more time that I would rather be practicing the keyboard or the guitar or learning a new language than to edit a stupid video and make it perfect and make it beautiful like my audience wants. And if I'm doing this as a hobby, it doesn't matter because I'm not worried about building up a huge subscriber base. Thus and therefore, 6 reasons to do YouTube as a hobby as opposed to a career. Thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe if you like me. See you for the next video, which I don't know when it'll be because I'm just doing this as a hobby. Ta-ta.